All right, kids. Unhappy Wednesday. Coming to you live from the 215 to the 513. This is Unhappy and the MP with special guest, Private First Class Grady Gilmore down in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We are powered by Green Legion Radio, part of the Green Legion Radio family. We thank you, as always, for joining us from wherever you may be, whatever device you're using to stream us, primarily on YouTube. So please pull up a chair, turn up the volume, use the company dime if, God forbid, you're still stuck at work. Crack open a cold one if you're just about as excited as we are for football. And let's try to have some fun as we put an end to day 3 of this week's hostage situation and look forward to tomorrow being Friday Eve. And I do mean hostage situation. I'm going to give you a little background here. Last week, so Grady knows this, I've had a married couple running one of my receiving docks for the entire time I've been at this company, right?
Yep.
Decent people, but a little bit older. They've got their ailments, so on and so forth. So the husband is going out for 6 weeks for knee replacement surgery. All right. He had one done a couple of years ago. He's getting the other one done now. So last Friday was the surgery. Last Thursday, his wife also comes in, because we're all just, he's going to be out. So I'm going to help her kind of take care of things for that stretch of time.
Right.
She comes in and tells everyone that that's her last day. So I had nobody on my receiving dock. So you can imagine what my life has been like all week. Basically giving me a couple of misfit toys to try to train over there. It's not working out well. We'll see, but I'm not overly thrilled. I am exhausted. Part of the reason why I was right up against it coming into the backstage thing here at right up against 6 o'clock. But I mean, the first thing I did was I went to my guys and I'm like, hey, look, went to my boss. I'm like, I grabbed the calendar. I'm like, hey, look, I'm leaving early tomorrow, Thursday, because I have to go pick up Brooklyn from school after her after school meeting for her DC trip. I am out next Friday. I am out September 18th and 21st because we're going to Nashville. And I'm out October 9th and 12th. That was in anticipation of Grady possibly coming. I don't know if that's still on the table. It may or may not be. But, also that's the weekend of Breakfast with the Birds. So, I mean, this was all planned prior to any of this nonsense. And I'm like, look, I said, and guys, I've still got a whole nother 40 hours to use. And I'm going to use it. I'm not eating any days. Nope. Don't even ask me don't, because it's not going to happen. So that's been my last week, my last few days. So it continues to be nonsense. Yes, Lou Mancini, no 2-week notice. She does have her ailments. She's taking a number of different medications for asthma. It's a warehouse, so the dust and everything is a problem. Any kind of awkward smells. We do make some displays with a line of different soaps. That stuff comes in, and the smells will set her off too. So I get why, but I'm with you, the no 2-week thing. And just so happens to be the day before her husband's going to be out for 6 weeks. Really put us in a bad spot. So
yeah,
I'm exhausted. And it's probably not getting any better anytime soon. So that's how everything's going here. Mason, how the hell are you?
I'm doing good. We talked a little bit about it pre-stage, but I got my internet hardwired, so there should be no shenanigans in that arena. But NFL is fast approaching. It is the single busiest time of year for us. This will be my second season going through it, so I do have my battle scars. But nonetheless, sports gambling gets a little bit bigger every year, so it might be a little bit tougher than last year. But of course, tonight is not about professional football, but as the NCAA labels it, amateur sports. And so I'm really excited to talk about college football tonight.
Amateur my ass. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, last weekend was the final weekend until after Valentine's Day that there was no meaningful football.
Thank God.
Preseason, I said meaningful. You know what I mean?
Right.
But from this weekend all the way through, you've got at least some sort of meaningful games going on every single weekend. I know we're all chomping at the bit about that. Grady, how the hell are you?
Living the dream.
One Twitch video at a time.
Yeah, one little Twitch stream at a time. I started doing that. Why not? I'm enjoying it. In a fantasy football league with some new questionable folks I'm meeting. It's been a great time. I sent you guys a screenshot earlier at that message. I was just sitting in my room on lunch, and then I opened my phone and I see that, and I'm just like, nice, dude. It's sweet. But yeah, that's there's not a lot going on. There never is. So football did take my time.
Well, and you start jumping again in a little over
October.
a month, right?
Yes.
October. Yeah.
Yes, thankfully.
Thankfully. Yeah, so you were saying that your unit needs to do that to be classified as error, right?
Not really. Just we don't have our airborne status right now because we were merging into another unit. So we're gonna get that back now, apparently. I don't know how that works. I just live here.
I'd also like to send a shout out to Captain Demps, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Cap. And for those of you that don't know, we just yesterday passed the 1 year mark since Grady left home.
Yep.
It was August 25th, 2025, when we brought him up to the local Army Recruiting Center and gave our son to the to the Army officially.
Yep.
So looking at all those posts and stuff and everybody congratulating you and everything, that was a lot of fun.
Good to hear.
But let's get down. Who is in the room over here? Is the usual suspect? Yes. Keenan says, MP, your audio is finally up to par. Lou Mancini, counting sick time, I have around 250 PTO hours. I love working for this. Hell yeah, brother. Damn. Hang on to that and just retire, bro. David Loeb in the room. What is up? Lou Mancini called us the Three Stooges, and Keenan followed that right up with Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Whatever the hell that means.
And my mother joins the room. How you doing, Mom? So, yeah. R.I.P. Dolly Parton and R.I.P. Tim Curry today.
Yeah.
Yes.
The original Pennywise. Yep.
Also did a lot of voice work just in general in his career, but a lot of voice work for DC animation. So watching cartoons a lot growing up, I heard his voice all the time. I didn't even know. So
also did the very controversial Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
So
I know him from Home Alone. So
yes, Home Alone too.
I got you.
Home Alone as well, I should say.
Let's get down to the business of things so we can get off and running here on some college ball. God, I am excited. I know week 0 doesn't offer a whole lot as far as like big matchups, but you don't have to wait long for the big matchups to come, and we're going to get to some of that in just a few minutes here.
Thank God.
So, I don't know if she's quite made it home yet. It does not appear. Nope, not yet. But hopefully she's listening so she can hear her favorite part of the show. We are proudly sponsored by Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, located at 2740 South Front Street in Philadelphia. Just minutes away from the sports complex, Cheerleaders brings you the area's most beautiful women on 5 different stages. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m. and until 4 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Offering free parking, full menu, daily drink and food specials, premium selection of cigars, cigar lounge. You know, football season's coming. We're just a few weeks away. If you don't want to sell a kidney to get out to the Birds game at the Link, or really anywhere else for that matter, why not head out over to Cheerleaders and enjoy the 75-foot HD TV wall, as well as HD TV screens throughout the entire club. Once again, folks, Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, located at 2740 South Front Street in Philly. Call 215-467-1980 for all of your group and party information. GreenLegion.com at the bottom of your screen, folks. Always scrolling down the bottom of your screen. The season is just about upon us. There are things getting booked up and sold out. You guys all know that Nashville is completely full. Don't even ask. There's no way around it. It is full. That is it. But we're also in Chicago. We're in Arizona. We are in San Francisco. We're at the Giants, at the Cowgirls, at the Commodes. We are in London. So if any of those looks like something you'd like to do, greenlegion.com. Click on trips and tailgates. Click on away games. Look for the one that you're interested in. If it does not say sold out, please, by all means, book away and do not hesitate. If home tailgates are your thing, we got you covered there too. Same process, greenlegion.com. Trips and tailgates. Home tailgates. Find the one you're looking for, and if it doesn't say sold out, book it, and book it now. Don't wait. Those who are late do not get fruit cup.
All right.
I don't know if you guys get that Sports Center reference, but that is
I do not.
Very long time ago.
I love to be polite.
If you didn't catch us, you'll have to wait until hopefully after the Super Bowl to once again catch the Saturday Slop or Schlitz show, Triple S, with John Jansen, our fearless leader, Craig Quimby Chinaski, and yours truly, 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler in the Philadelphia area, also on the Gambler iHeart channel, and always streaming right here on the Green Legion YouTube channel. We are done for this season, and that is because college football starts up now, and so that station picks up the Villanova games.
Mm-hmm.
And in a couple of weeks, you don't want to do a Saturday show and a Sunday pregame show. That gets to be a little much, especially when Quimby's out on the road for a lot of it. So we're done for the year, but we'll be back hopefully after the Birds are crowned champions once again. That's about all the business end of things. T-Bone, your audio is delayed. Yeah, not much I can do about that, bud. It just kind of is what it is. I'm Bluetooth with this to here, so it just everybody experiences some sort of delay through StreamYard. It's not like we're all hardwired into a radio station, unfortunately. Keenan, how will Penn State do this year? All right, so I'll just give you that one right now. Brand new head coach, new quarterback, new a lot of things. I think we're best served to just sit back, wait, and see how everything goes. I don't want to start talking any kind of predictions here. I do think they're clearly not in Ohio State's or Oregon's class. Maybe not even Michigan's at this point, at least not right now. So we're going to have to wait and see on Penn State. But I did talk to these two knuckleheads, been talking about it for weeks, about this week in particular being all about college football, right? And I know the Birds have played some preseason games. The first one was dog shit. The second one was much better. Although I think Andy Dalton needs to be put out to pasture. I think that would be my
take him on the shed.
Right? And we all in agreement there. Andy Dalton is awful.
Like an old fucking dog. That dude, he needs to be he needs to be like euthanized, bro. Take it out
behind the shed, bro. Just take him behind the shed.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, just put him out quiet, man. Let it go.
I feel bad because I want to remember him as a Bengal. I want to remember him as that guy. But the more he plays on other teams, the more I'm like, ew.
You want to?
I don't know what the hell else you would remember him as besides a bum.
So he was Big Red Romo, is what he was.
Yeah,
he was great in the regular season, and his playoff line. He's one touchdown pass, 6 interceptions, and I believe 3 lost fumbles.
Hell yeah, Andy!
Terrible in the playoffs.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
He made the playoffs in the NFL, and you didn't. So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm also not paid to be a professional quarterback and act like I know what I'm doing under center.
He knows what he's doing occasionally.
It's a win-win. He gets paid like one, but doesn't play.
And you don't do
Let's
either.
hope he
so,
doesn't
I mean,
have to play. I think that's the key. Let's hope he doesn't have to play.
yeah, that would be a very big issue.
That guy stinks against backups.
Yeah, isn't he like our third stringer? Because I think
It could be 10 or it could be number 2. It's a competition.
Love Tanner McKee.
Problem is, you're not going to get any trade value for Andy Dalton because he's 39 years old.
No, you're going to get a bag of chips.
You bag it, maybe. Stale ones.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
Anchovy flavored.
Old, like, sour cream and onion ruffles that have been sitting in a box for a while.
Yeah, like they've been sitting open in a humid garage for like half the day.
Yeah, and it's the little like soccer mom party bags.
Yeah, like leftover
orange slices,
chips.
like dry.
Yeah, or orange slices and like yogurt.
Dude, you know what he is? You can get circus peanuts for him.
Yeah, circus peanuts,
candy corn,
circus peanuts, candy corn. This is good.
Oh,
yeah, that's it. That's what you get for Andy Dalton, right? The
stale Twizzlers,
grape Laffy Taffy,
oatmeal raisin cookies when you open chocolate chips. Like
we're just shitting on a professional athlete right now. Literally just. Oh man, I'm sorry, Andy. I'm sorry.
Andy, I
man.
love you. I'll buy your jersey.
Hey, what do I keep telling people? I say it at least once a week, either on here or when we're doing Triple S. The Philadelphia sports media is there to poison you. If you want to listen to, tune into Green Legion Radio. Anytime any of us are live. That's where you need to be if you want to listen to Philadelphia stuff, okay? Like, we're going to talk college football tonight. I get it. But come the regular season, it's going to be breaking down the game before and looking at the game after. Content becomes ridiculously easy just in about a week. Like,
yes, sir.
You don't really need notes. You just watch the game. So, but yeah, listen here. Don't listen to WIP or any of that other nonsense. They are out of their minds. They are there to. I honestly believe most of the guys on those stations hate their own players. For what reason, I don't know, but they're awful.
Well, I think a lot of it's just manufactured as well. I mean, it's almost like wrestling where everybody has their own distinct personality. It's almost like assigned to them, and they have to like stick to it every single time they go on the.
Yeah, it's like a character they have to play.
Exactly, and so I think this is a little bit more organic than that.
They have to pretend that Jalen Hurts is the worst football player ever manufactured.
Right. Hurts can't. Enough. I don't even want to.
It's like ESPN. It's literally ESPN First Take, where everybody has like an assigned thing that they have to defend or attack.
Gilmore, thanks to cocaine cartel, it's now State Penn, no longer Penn State.
Yeah.
Pablo Pledge-Scabar, that guy's a legend.
And how about a nice shout out to Jed York for his antics at an Ohio trailer park, offering $140 for sex.
Hell yeah.
Mind you, this is the owner of 3 different professional franchises. He's at an Ohio trailer park.
And he's still paying for it? Jeez.
And the word is, it was a Craigslist ad that he responded to 3 times before he got an answer.
Dog, Craigslist?
And that was at 9:30 in the morning.
Oh my God.
It's
like the boomer. It's like the boomer eBay.
How was your Saturday night that at 9:30 Sunday morning you're obviously still awake from the cocaine binge the night before? Let's not anybody get fooled here.
Good God.
And you're the owner of 3 different professional franchises. You're a billionaire, and your recourse is to go on Craigslist and find some scabby skank at an Ohio trailer park and cough up $140.
Why the fuck was he in Ohio?
What? Dude, just drop $10K on a really nice Russian.
He's from here.
He's from? Oh, God damn it. Tainted my state.
Yeah, he's a mess.
Just drop $10K on a really good Russian.
You
do all that.
Yeah, the trailer park is really what's getting me, dude. Like, we know you got the money, man.
Craigslist is what's getting me. Craigslist.
He's from Youngstown, Ohio. So that's about where it was, up in that area. Yep.
Oh my God.
That checks out. That checks out.
Owner of the week.
He's doing everything incorrect.
There's so many issues with what he's done.
You're going to a trailer park. You're going on Craigslist. Come on, bro.
You're in Youngstown, Ohio, on your own free will.
Come on, dog. You're in San Francisco. You're in California as a billionaire. Use eBay.
Yeah,
come on.
Bad looks here.
Russ Taylor. You mean ESPN, home of the WNBA? Yeah, hard pass. Hey, someone get eyes on Shatner. We already lost Dolly and Tim Curry. Not a bad call, but there's some other guys on that list too. Dick Van Dyke is over 100 years old.
Dude, Dick Van Dyke looks like a raisin.
Clint Eastwood is old.
Old as hell. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Bruce Willis is already brain dead. So we'll see where that goes. Anyways, enough about Jed York and all his antics.
Craigslist. What the fuck is he doing?
So we talked about doing college football tonight. And so the first question I have for you guys, I'm going to kick it to Mason first and then Grady. So Ohio State's ranked number 1.
Right.
And rightfully so. It is the best roster in college football. The first question I have out of the gates here is when you look at the top 25 and you consider, who's where, who has transferred and what impact players may have moved around, coaches and whatnot. Would you look at the top 25 and this coming season as kind of like the Major League Baseball season? Is it Ohio State versus the field, or is it a little bit more level playing field than that? Mason?
I'm going to go ahead and give a disclaimer that I am not as large of a college football fan as I am an NFL fan, of course. I would say, though, looking based off of how teams have kind of shifted out in terms of everything, I'm going to say that I think it's the former. I think it is Ohio State versus the field, because when you look at all the other major competition, you have Georgia, who's coming out with a new quarterback. You have Oregon has a returning Dante Moore, but there's a lot of question marks there. Arch Manning, we're still waiting for that prototypical big step up season there. And so in terms of everything with that, there's really the field that Ohio State has to maneuver is really subpar compared to them, because they have returning Julian Sayin, they have Jeremiah Smith. A lot of their offenses coming back. They had to replace a lot of their defense, 4 of which were first-round picks, by the way. So it tells you what kind of a program that Ohio State still is. Nonetheless, they are the team that is still the most built up, the one that has the most continuity, the most background and tenure with its players there. And so they have a lot more advantages, while everyone else is kind of at some level starting out new.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's Ohio State or the field. Which one would you go with? You would go with Ohio State. You think Ohio State?
Yeah, I would go. Yeah.
Take it. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Grady? Same question.
I think it's Ohio State, and then everyone else is coming out. So
you think it's a clear separation, both of you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know about clear, but I would say that they are number 1 by a margin.
I don't know a lot about college football. I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about college football. I'm not going to LARP college football, but
it's a great sport.
It is, but what I will say is, as long as I see Notre Dame, just something horrid happens to them, I'm all here for it.
That's my boy.
I've said it a few times. If you have time, I will go down a tangent about it today. Fuck Notre Dame.
Easy. Let's not go too crazy.
No, I am. I have a hatred for that.
No, I meant more the language.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Save it for when it counts.
Yes.
Save it for when it counts.
Sorry, Notre Dame gets me upset.
Oh,
but yeah.
You grew up with me, so you know I have no love lost for that program at all.
I'm a Michigan State fan, so I'm kind of just gonna hope the season goes fast and just hope eventually there's a team we win more than 2 games.
So you're looking forward to college basketball tip-off is what you're looking forward to.
Get me to December, please.
I am hoping that you living in North Carolina, where you have that mecca. I mean, I know it's not.
Mhm.
It's only what, an hour away ish from you. A little
Yes,
over
give
that.
or take.
Raleigh, Durham, all that.
Mhm.
That's Tobacco Road. That's Duke, North Carolina. I'm hoping that it pulls you in to. I'm not that I want you to change allegiances. I'm just hoping it pulls you into some more college basketball
Right.
enthusiasm. I guess would be the way I'd put it.
I'll make my way out there at least some point for sure. But yeah.
Yeah. So I will echo Grady's sentiment on Notre Dame. I believe they're are they Mason. I don't know if anybody's got the top 25 in front of them. Are they preseason ranked number 4? Notre Dame.
It's
Something
already
like that.
starting, man.
I have
It's
number
already
3. I have
starting.
number 3.
3. So
3?
Hold on, I can get you another list. Hold on.
yeah, well, it's the AP.
Yeah, one has 4, one has 5.
Well, so yeah. There
AP
it is.
has 4. Coaches have to have them at 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's not like it's
yeah.
the bias that team gets for just not doing anything spectacular year after year. Really, it's so annoying. In other sports, when teams do well, they get in every other sport when teams do well, they get the notoriety they deserve. Notre Dame gets notoriety for beating up on garbage teams. The only team on their schedule this year worth a shit is Miami. It's just Miami. I took a look at it the other day. They're going to boat race Michigan State by 800. They're going to boat race everybody else they play by 800. The only real game is Miami, and if they beat Miami, they're just going to cling on to that win all season.
That's a big win if they can get it, though. Miami's really good.
Yeah, it is a big win if they can get it, but that's the only win they'll have. You know?
So, posing the same question to myself, I mean, I feel like Ohio State is the best team in the country. I don't feel like the separation is as big as you two guys do, though. I feel like they can get pushed by Oregon.
Yep.
I think Oregon is, they're ranked number 2 right now. And, I get it. Ohio State is the top dog, but Oregon's going to come at you with a nasty defense. They keep getting better each year. So last year they brought in Dylan Thieneman, right? We went and saw him at the combine, remember? And was it just Liam with me on that one, I think?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that was just Liam.
Yeah,
I didn't
Liam.
go.
But, he transfers in from Purdue and has a monster season, ends up being a first-round pick. They brought in Coy Parrish from Minnesota this time. Not only is he adept at the safety position, but at Minnesota, he was also returning and was playing in offensive plays too. So this is another weapon that the Ducks are going to be able to throw at people, right? In a pretty creative offense as it is. I think if Oregon gets their shit going, I think they can push Ohio State. I'm not saying they'll beat them. I'm not going to sit here and guarantee any of that shit. I just don't think it's as clear cut that Ohio State is that far out in front of everyone else.
Fair.
I also like Texas. And I think Arch Manning is ready to take that jump. He's got another game against Ohio State this year. That's going to be obviously his biggest test of the season. He'll have the Red River rivalry. They got to play A&M. So, and they're in the SEC, so their schedule's loaded anyways. But I think what's going a little unnoticed about Texas is offensive line got overhauled. They brought in another running back. And they hired Will Muschamp as their defensive coordinator. That should change things, right? That should help all the way around. It should give Arch more opportunities to have the ball and take away opportunities for the opposition. I think Texas, and I think they're ranked number 5 right now in the AP. Between Oregon and Texas, and then Miami.
Yep.
Miami, did you see the quarterback that they brought in?
No.
Everybody fell in love with Carson Beck, right? Now he's with the Arizona Cardinals, right? So got it.
Mm-hmm.
They were a breath away from being able to win that. Well, not a breath away. They kind of got moked, but this kid comes in. What's his name? Darian Mensah.
Oh, okay.
Duke.
Yeah.
Threw for over 4,000 yards, 34 touchdowns against only 6 interceptions at Duke.
Oh.
Yeah. Now they bring him into Miami, whose defense is still going to be really good. and now he's got more weapons. They should be able to open up more of an offensive scheme than they could with Carson Beck was limited, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he did all right in the system he was in, but he wasn't like. I don't have faith in him as an NFL starter. Let me put it to you that way.
No.
This kid is more talented, like significantly more talented than Carson Beck, and Miami gets him. So I get it, Ohio State at the top, but there are clear-cut teams just a few rungs below them that have a equal or close enough to equal opportunity to make a run towards the championship as well.
Right.
That's the way I would look at that. Is there any team in the top 25? And I know you guys all say Ohio State, fuck the field. But is there a surprise out there? Somebody who can get hot and make a run? I mean, I talked about Miami, Texas, and Oregon, but they're kind of obvious, right? That's number 2, number 5, and number 6 or whatever the fuck Miami is, right?
Right.
Is there a team maybe a little below that? Is Indiana still on the radar, even without Mendoza? They bring in another transfer quarterback who's very talented. It's a step down from Mendoza, but I don't know by how drastic. Is there a team out there in the top maybe 15?
I don't know enough about college football to comment on that. So I don't know. I know Texas Tech is supposed to be good this year. That's pretty much all I've got there. I'm sorry. I'm not a really big college guy.
I'll say this. I'm kind of just like perusing the little snippets here, the synopsis on each team. And when it comes to ranking or trying to project, forecast success, in especially in a sport like football, I want to look at how many, not just who's returning, but what positions are returning. Because
Sure.
if you have a core nucleus, it'll make a lot of things easier. If you have a returning quarterback, running back, and receiver, you might get away with some guys on the offensive line. That's just how some of the things are in college football, really advantaging the offense. So I'm looking at a lot of different teams here. One of the teams that really kind of piques my interest is the USC. Their quarterback coming back. They have 5 starting offensive linemen, and their 2 top running backs are coming back as well. So the offense is on paper one of the best in the country already, and they're all coming back. But the really big question mark regarding USC is the defense. They're bringing in Gary Patterson from TCU. And so USC kind of seems like a team where at least one side of the ball has a lot of the stones in the gauntlet already, while as long as the other side of the ball does its job, then they should make some noise. And so they're at 12. I mean, what's the most recent
14th, 14th or 15th USC?
14th USC.
Yeah.
So you might see them crack top. I mean, if the defense does their job, they already have one of the best offenses on paper. They could easily crack top 10. They may even start to make a run toward number 5. And so they may not win the championship, but they should be a real thorn in a lot of people's sides.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's a good pick there.
I don't mind it. The only thing I don't like about it is right out of the gates, they've already got 3 Big Ten teams that are ahead of them.
I mean, there's your chance to go prove yourself. I'm sure you'll play at least a few of those guys, right?
I'm just saying that they've got a mountain to climb to get into playoff contention, considering they're going to have to deal with that. Indiana could be a ticket for a free fall too. Like, that thing could come off the rails. I have faith in Kirk Cignetti. They have gone in on the whole transfer portal thing, right? That's where he's getting his talent from now, and. It's not so much recruiting high schoolers as it is recruiting guys from other programs.
Yeah.
So, and it worked last year, of course, brought together by that quarterback. But if the new quarterback doesn't pan, if he's awful, if it doesn't work, they could free fall, and that could open it up for a team like USC. It's a good pick, man. I like that.
Appreciate it.
Another interesting one is LSU.
Yeah, I feel like LSU is always in that.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Well, because they brought in Lane Kiffin, right? And you can call Lane Kiffin whatever you want, and I have no love lost for him. I think he's a complete douchebag. I think when you look up douchebag, it's a picture of his stupid face, right? He is as douchebag can be. He's not a douche canoe. He is a douche yacht.
Douche yacht.
That's
Yeah,
what
there you
he
go.
is, okay? Doesn't change the fact that he's a really good offensive coach. And I expect LSU to score, which is something that they've struggled to do in big games before. I think the one team we're all overlooking right now that's just quietly sitting there at number 3 because they've been kind of the standard for a few years now is Georgia.
Yeah.
And I know that it's a new quarterback and everything, but like they're still Georgia. It's still Kirby Smart. They still know how to get it done in big moments in that conference. So I do like that USC pick though. They've got Penn State at number 18 overall. I don't know, dude.
What the hell? New quarterback, new head coach.
And I like Campbell. Okay, he did a great job at Iowa State. All right, but this is first year in Happy Valley. I think you got to temper your expectations. The whole team's gone. Right, Drew Aller's out. Both Katron Allen and Singleton are gone. Like everything is fresh, which is probably a good thing at this point. But it's still there's still gonna be a learning curve. If they finish with 3 losses and they're finished at 18th overall at the end of the year, I would take that as a massive success for the season.
Yeah, I would. I would as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Looking down through that a little bit further, Tennessee. The Vols just live to break their fans' hearts.
Yeah,
every year. They really do. It's every
single season.
So they're preseason 20th. Watch, they will get on a run somewhere and get all the way up to like 10th or whatever, and then they'll have that big game against Georgia and get boat raced.
Or
they never show up in those games.
They do the thing they beat a Georgia or they beat an Alabama, and then they disappear off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
It's like
or it's that. Or they win that game and then they just screw the pooch against Little Sisters of the Poor or something.
Like a few years ago, that magic game was at Alabama, and then that was awesome. That's what I do need to watch more college football because that shit's sweet. But yeah, it like Tennessee every year there's like, oh, is there noise? Is Tennessee gonna do something? No, dude. The most notable thing I have for Tennessee is playing on the College Football 25. They had a dude named Squirrel White. That's all I got from Tennessee.
Bro, I can't sound like he was a really good running back in 1940.
Yeah.
Here's what I can tell you. Going to a tailgate at a Tennessee game is on my bucket list.
Oh, for sure.
And I'll tell you why. Because it happens on boats on the river. And I want to go experience that.
Mississippi?
Like
no, not Mississippi, but
no, it's not the Mississippi. The is it the Chattanooga or is it the Tennessee River?
There's a river that they drink on. That is what we're getting at.
I think Tennessee does border Mississippi.
It does, but that's not where the
river runs this way ish.
Oh, is it the hold on, I got
University of Tennessee is on the other side.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the river.
I have it right here. It's not giving me the name though.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways,
Google what river.
It looks like it just looks like a blast, and I really want to go at some point in my life if I can make it there. We'll see.
Definitely.
Okay, so you guys are both 100% in. If there was money to be placed by either of you right now, you would put it on Ohio State.
I'd put it on Ohio State. I would think about Georgia a little bit because, of course, they're Georgia. And if they just steamroll everyone they play, which they probably will, I wouldn't be surprised. But it would go all on Ohio State right now. Go Green.
Lou Mancini, I don't envy Arch Manning with all that pedigree before him.
Yeah. You got to think
at what point different ways to look at that, though. Like you could look at it as too much pressure, or you could look at it like he's trained for this, right? Like he should be ready,
But at what point do you think what does that do mentally to a kid that age? Like similar to my age, because he's sitting there and he's been crowned like he's been crowned the second coming of Christ since he was like 15, 16 years old. So it's like, when is that finally? I was seeing clips of him in high school. Like, when are we gonna see that transfer? And if this isn't the year, sorry, Arch. You got to figure it out, bud.
Well, I will say this about Manning's and pressure, albeit it's not nearly the same degree. Peyton did have some pressure on him when he was going through, especially with Eli, because of their dad. And so they had to share a lot of it. And because, I mean, they were brothers, they kind of had the cross pressure there too. So Arch has definitely been raised through the pressure. It's literally just a matter of whether or not he has the genes for this or not.
Yeah, let's see if he can do it.
And I think he does. I think what goes unnoticed, he struggled in that game against. He struggled in that game against Ohio State last year, right?
Right.
Yes.
But as the season wore on, he got better. If you guys didn't watch, he got better. Arch did get better. We talked about this a little bit. Jansen and I talked a little bit about this on Saturday. What I want to see from him is when things break down, he would panic and like kind of sidearm, try to shoot it out of there, and it was erratic, right? Like, I need to see that cleaned up. But through the second half of the college season last year, he looked the part. It was a rough start. And not a good showing against the nation's elite, against Ohio State. Thankfully for him, he gets another crack at it.
Mason is deceased.
Is deceased. Well, he's muted, and we lost his video.
I'm good.
He's back. He's alive. He lives.
So
my brother's coming home. So
along with that, Heisman hopefuls.
Yeah,
obviously Arch Manning is at the top of that list. Okay?
Right.
And he's probably got the most riding on this season. Even if they lose to Ohio State, he's got to look the part in that game.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't just look the part in the Red River rivalry or against everyone else. Ohio State is the top dog, right? He's got to look the part in that game, even in a loss. You want to see him win, but he's got to do it even if they lose the game. He is going to be a top somewhere pick in the 2027 draft. Depending on who's at the top, he may still be the number one overall pick. Depending on who's at the top and who needs the quarterback. Because he does have all the attributes. And I think when NFL scouts look at that, this is something else Jansen and I talked about. When NFL scouts look at the overall and the attributes and how he's got it. You just want to see a little bit more of it in bigger competition games, right?
Commodity.
What better way to quiet any doubt than a Heisman-worthy campaign and a deep playoff run? I think that's what Arch Manning needs this year, right?
That would be great.
Who else would you guys look at as far as Heisman hopeful?
So I did take a look at the odds earlier. What's that? The Notre Dame quarterback, I think it's CJ Carr, I think is his name. He's favored pretty heavily to take a shot at it. I wouldn't be surprised. Notre Dame with that cupcake-ass schedule, kid's going to put up good numbers. I just really can't stand that school.
I don't like him either, bud.
And then Julian Sayin, because we were talking about how dominant Ohio State's going to be. I think if they are incredibly dominant, which I believe they will be, he'll definitely have a case if he looks the part.
Yeah, and I agree, but I think the bigger shot at it coming from the Buckeyes is Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith.
I understand that he needs Julian Sayin to deliver him the ball, and I'm totally with you there. And hell, they both might be sitting there on Heisman Saturday night waiting to see who gets the award.
Yep.
But I think if Sayin is going to have any shot, he's got to be feeding Jeremiah Smith. And that kid is, he's easily the top non-quarterback in this conversation.
I know we've had the conversation before that Jeremiah Smith could start on NFL teams right now.
He could have started on NFL teams as a freshman.
He would have been the number one wide receiver on NFL teams as a freshman in college.
He would have.
And now with extra time to bake, like he's got a few more years in the oven. I assume he's declaring after this season, and which he does. He will be a top 10 pick, and he's going to go and dominate wherever the hell he goes. That dude is a weapon.
Well, and I think the X factor for the Buckeyes offense overall, everybody knows about Smith. Everybody knows Julian Sayin's about to take the next step. Chris Henry Jr. is a true freshman. We all know, those of us that, live out here or are from this area, Grady. I don't know if you remember his father, Chris Henry, was a wide receiver for the Bengals years ago. You were very young. You might not remember that. But this kid's a true freshman. He's 6'5". He has all the attributes to be that next Ohio State stud wide receiver in their long fucking lineage of them now. So just wanted to throw that out there. If Jeremiah Smith kind of just stays steady and spreading it around, don't be surprised if in order for Sane to do that, Chris Henry's probably going to have to be a big part of that. And he should draw single coverage with that freak on the other side. So
that's as a wide receiver too, that's probably the best situation you can be in. You're lining it up on the same side of the field as Jeremiah Smith.
He's not the 2. I forget who the 2 is. I forget his last name, but
I mean, anyone
loaded. Ohio State's just fucking loaded at wide receiver.
It's really just pick your poison. Do you want to double up Smith and just let one of these other freaks tear you apart? Or do you want to try to spread it out and just let Jeremiah Smith take advantage of you? There's really no winning,
Lou Mancini says screw Notre Dame and Rudy was a loser.
Hey, not too much on Rudy, all right?
He also says it's the Tennessee River. Thank you, Lou. We were all too stupid to get that.
Thank you, Lou. We forgot the state and the university, I guess. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Classic radio here, folks. Green Legion Radios. MP showing off. Huge academic flex on that one.
Taking a look at the IQ of Eagles fans.
Mason, Heisman hopefuls.
So when I was looking over the Heisman roster, I kind of saw this as 2 different classes. I saw the guys who really kind of needed it for their draft profile and for legacy more broadly. Legacy, I'll explain in a minute. And then I had another class, which was they don't need it, but man, it would be something special. Right. So the 2 players I kind of thought that needed it for their draft profile or legacy are Dante Moore. Did I get that right? Dante Moore, and then of course Arch Manning. Arch Manning, because it's the legacy. He's a Manning, and compared to where this guy was hyped up going into college, he hasn't been that guy. He hasn't been. He has not been a transformative prospect. So, if there's ever a year that Arch breaks out of his shell and shows the Manning DNA, it's got to be this one, and there's no better way to do that than getting the Heisman. Furthermore, Dante Moore is also another guy. Dante Moore has been a guy who's been flirting with this kind of stuff for a while. Last year, he had a very good year, but he just, there's a lot of other guys in the running. This year, it's a little bit more stripped. I don't think anybody really looking at Julian Sayin as the guy, as the quarterback. I think a lot of people hoping that Arch becomes that guy. But listen, it's the mantle of the best quarterback in the nation is up for grabs. And both Dante and Arch are the guys who, listen, it's going to no one, but someone has to take it. And the person who takes it is going to have a really big staple on their resume going into next year. And to be honest with you, it could make or break if you are the first overall pick. If you're the first quarterback off the board, it's who wins that Heisman. The third guy.
Well, in that quarterback class, I would agree with you, because that quarterback class is deep going into the 2027 draft. The one who wins the Heisman probably ends up with a leg up on everybody. I totally agree.
For sure.
And the third guy that I'm kind of looking at, he doesn't need this. Okay, he's already probably going to be the first off at his position, and so this is just going to be he's the guy who beat out fucking Arch Manning. He beat out Dante Moore. It is of course Jeremiah Smith, and for the kind of resume that he's built with the kind of the ungodly numbers and the attributes, everything like that. I mean, I cannot wait to see this kid what his measurements are at the combine.
Oh yeah!
If he wins, if he wins the Heisman, you're looking at one of the greatest recent prospects in recent history, of course, of the decade. Possibly going back to someone like maybe Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, even surpass those guys. I mean, you're looking at a transformative, really big pressure on him going into the league, but it seems like a guy who can hold it. So. Yeah, I'm looking at Arch Manning because he's a Manning, and he's not been the guy who we thought he would be. Dante Moore has to put his stamp out there to show that is better than anybody who came before him. He's that guy. He's got to take that mantle. He's got to beat Arch Manning. And then Jeremiah Smith is playing with house money. He doesn't need any of this. He can just be Jeremiah Smith and be the best receiver in the nation this year and the best prospect next year. But the Heisman is the greatest cherry on top, especially for a receiver.
Oh, there's no question about it. Yeah. The thought of, I think the only reason why I would not want Jeremiah Smith to win that award is because if he does, and it may happen anyways, the more accolades he collects, the less likely he is to participate at the combine. And I want to go see him at the combine and watch this freak out on the field. I say it all the time. If you ever have the means to head out to Indianapolis for that thing, it's a free event. You're just paying for your travel and your food and whatnot. But it's a free event and it's a blast. Liam and I have every intention of going again next year.
It really is such an awesome experience. I only went the 1 year, and the year we went, I really wanted to see Jackson Dart, and I got to see Jackson Dart. He played his ass off. It was a really good time.
He had a nice combine. That's very true.
So, like you can just go there for however many days it is. Just sit there and watch the best young guys in the nation do their job, and it's a really good time.
Lou Mancini, Jeremiah Smith, I believe he measures 6'3" and 220 pounds. I want to say. So think
like
about
a perfect build.
Well, that's Terrell Owens. That's what that is.
Literally.
That's the side. I forget if T.O. was 6'2" or I want to say T.O. was 6'3". But
oh my God! Google has him listed as 6'4", 222.
Oh,
okay. So he was 6. So that tells you. So he was 6'3" in his freshman year. He's grown. He wasn't done yet.
Dude, what the hell?
6'4", 220.
He's only 20 years old.
Now we're in the Randy Moss, physical attribute, right?
Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson was 6'4".
Calvin Johnson was 6'5", 230 pounds. Calvin Johnson was a freak.
He's got
Jeremiah Smith has it's all laid out for him there. The only thing he's got to watch out for is what NFL team he ends up on and who's throwing him the football. That's really what it's going to come down to. If he ends up on some shit roster with a bad quarterback, it's going to stunt. Look what Justin Jefferson is going through right now.
Poor bastard.
I still believe Justin Jefferson is overall the most talented wide receiver in the NFL.
Yes.
I know that Jamar Chase puts up all the numbers. He's also got Joe Burrow throwing the football.
Thank you.
Right? Not fucking – and now we'll see what happens with the midget, going to start in Minnesota now who can't reach the fucking Chris Bix.
Putting a lot of stock in Kyler Murray this year. We've already had that conversation.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But he is a talented kid. And they do have a lot of weapons on that offense.
Right.
Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones is still in the backfield. They have a good offense and their defense is solid. So Kyler doesn't have to do much but not fuck it up. Right? Just
imagine the Raiders have another really bad season and they're in that situation to get Jeremiah Smith.
I was just about to say this. I said, yep.
That's one of the scariest.
That is on the table, dude.
That's a terrifying offensive core.
No.
Mendoza in the middle, Genty, Smith, Brock Bowers. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever see a greater young nucleus than that. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, if you're a GM and you have your hands on that, that's just wow, dude.
That would have been like the killer bees if they had like a really good tight end.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
That's nuts. That's such an awesome quarterback,
right? They've got Mendoza. That's their guy.
Fernando.
But I mean, I think you're going to see quarterbacks go. Look. I'm going to tell you what. If the Miami Dolphins get to week 10 or 11 without a victory, I'd like you to take a look at the second half of their season schedule. If they get to week 11 without a win, I think they are the first team that goes 0-17. Because their schedule is just absolutely brutal.
If you look at their roster and their schedule,
they're terrible.
They have a chance to be the worst team we've ever seen. They're so 0-17.
But it's by design. This is what they wanted.
Yep.
So and then what happens then? That's where Arch ends up, or that's where the kid from Oregon ends up, or they're not going to take a wide receiver with the number 1 overall pick, right?
Yeah,
that's not going to happen.
If the Dolphins,
Raiders might be the only team to do that.
If the Dolphins get in that scenario, where they are picking number 1. Arch, just do what Eli did, bro. I wouldn't blame you. Run.
I don't like that
Sprint.
shit. I don't go for it. I think it's a privilege to play in that league. And
It is. But if you're of that elite caliber, dude, and they're trying to send my ass to Miami with that horrible ownership and horrible management,
it's just luck of the draw, dude.
Arch is a junior. He can stay another year.
Yeah.
He can,
but sometimes staying another year hurts.
He's like playoff run and a Heisman Trophy victory. He has nothing left to prove.
Staying another season only hurts you, you know? Because like if you're in that situation and you're like, oh, I just won the Heisman and I just either made a run at the national championship or let alone win the national championship. Going back, dude, if you fuck up at all, your stocks tank.
I will note Dante Moore is also entering the season as a junior. So both men have some leverage.
Yep.
Well, hey, or you can just do like some of these assholes are doing now and be like, oh, I don't like the NFL team I'm currently on. I want to transfer back to college.
No, see, now that shit was mind-boggling. I saw that. I was like, what the? I didn't know that was a fucking option.
Never be allowed.
Why? Like, why is that? Is that the first time it's happened?
That's so funny.
I can't with this shit.
Didn't he already sign his contract too?
They have to stop these things from happening.
It's Madden, bro.
Yeah, in Madden. Yeah, extra year of eligibility.
It's so absolutely stupid. All right.
Now he's fucked on both ends because now he can't go back to college or else he'll be crucified, and no team's gonna want him.
Right, because he's a bitch.
Yep.
So like he could have had it all laid out, and now he's
UFL
unemployed.
big dog.
Yeah, now you just screwed the pooch.
UFL baby.
So
UFL,
like I said before,
XFL.
I know that week 0 doesn't offer a whole lot in the way of big matchups or anything like that. But it's more about the excitement of the season getting underway. However, you don't have to wait a whole hell of a long time before some big matchups start coming into play. And right out of the gate, September 12th, right? So you're just 2 weeks in. You got Ohio State at Texas and Oklahoma at Michigan on September 12th, both of those games. Ohio State at Texas. This is possibly your. It's possible those two teams are in the national championship game as well.
Right.
It's totally on the table, right? No matter who wins or loses. It's also possible that both of those quarterbacks or a quarterback and a wide receiver are both up for Heisman. If you can't get stoked for that game,
oh yeah,
don't bother turning on college football ever. You're just insulting the rest of the nation at that point. That game should be electric. You also have Oklahoma at Michigan. I hate Michigan. I got no love lost for Boomer Sooner either, but anytime Michigan can go down, I'm here for it.
Yep.
But again, that's another top 25 matchup. That Ohio State Texas game that early in the year, it's like I almost can't even wait. You're gonna get those two games on Saturday, and then Sunday the 13th we get the Birds. Like that weekend is just gonna be fire, dude.
Gotta inject that shit into my veins, dude. Oh my goodness, I need it now.
And then the following weekend, LSU at Ole Miss. Another huge SEC matchup.
And the NBA is rounding in.
October 10th, Georgia at Alabama. USC at Penn State. Nice test for Mason's pick there, right? Happy Valley can be a very difficult place to play, regardless of what's going on. And that day's also the Red River rivalry, one of my favorite games to watch every college season, especially when Texas and Oklahoma are good teams, and they are this year. Then you move into November, Texas at A&M on the 27th.
Pretty fun.
On the 28th is the game, Michigan at Ohio State. So, like I said, that's just a sample size. You don't have to wait long, guys. Get yourself warmed up with with week 0 and week 1. Week 2 college football. You got two huge games early on with Ohio State at Texas and Oklahoma at Michigan. And like we do every week going into the college season, once we're there, we're going to take a look at each one of the huge games. What's the spread? What are the offenses and defenses ranked against each other? Who's the standout players? Yada yada. That one will be easy. We know who the fucking players are, but what's the spread? What's the expectations? How they looked in their first 2 games against Little Sisters of the Poor, and then take it off from there. I don't know about you guys, but that Ohio State Texas game gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling.
Oh yeah, that gets me juiced. Gets me juiced.
Well, and living out here, I'd love nothing more than to see Arch Manning light up the Buckeyes, dude. That would just
yeah. It would be a great statement game for sure.
It would. It absolutely would. And then Oklahoma, Michigan. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of your preseason look at college football, guys. We talked about some Heisman hopefuls, and is it Buckeyes versus the field? Is it a little bit tighter than that? I happen to feel it could be a little bit tighter than that. Both of these 2 dudes think it's pretty cut and dry that unless Ohio State beats themselves, they're probably going to be taking it.
Yep.
Which I can see. It's the most talented roster in the country. I don't think there's any arguing that. We talked a little X factors for guys. Chris Henry with the Buckeyes, Coy Parrish with the Ducks, Will Muschamp, Miami quarterback Darian Mensa with the big year from Duke, heading down to Miami now. So,
yep, big year coming up for sure.
Big
Absolutely.
Year. We're not too far away from college basketball either, which is always a fucking huge passion of mine. I love college basketball. I just love college sports in general.
Hey, Dad, remember we had that conversation. If there's a chance I can figure out a Duke, North Carolina situation.
I'm on my way.
Oh yeah. I'll let you, I'll do some more research on that, see if I can't figure something out.
If you can figure something out with that, where I don't have to go like prostitute myself to cover the cost of the ticket.
Oh, right, right.
I'm not trying to pull a Jed York here, so.
Mm-hmm. Just don't do Craigslist, bro. Just don't do Craigslist.
You're right. Just stay off of Craigslist in Youngstown, Ohio. I'll be fine.
Oh God, man. The
Russians are 10,000, but they're worth it. They keep their mouths shut.
Some of the stuff I see in Fayetteville really just makes me reconsider like my decisions. Like the caliber of human that's out here. You don't even know, man. It's
well, you're in the capital of pawn shops and strip clubs, dude.
I was at a Walmart the other day, and there was a dude in the parking lot balancing a shopping cart on like a sign on his head, and it was one of the most revolutionary things I've ever seen. You can find him on TikTok. He does it all the time. He's a homeless guy. He just balances shit on his forehead.
Well, you could find employment for that.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm sure somebody somewhere could get him something.
Yeah,
America's Got Talent. I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome for that.
Like his
for that thought.
Cancer or something.
Well, why not go check out the local like carny folk and join that? Join the circus. Join the circus.
Yeah,
like
run away and join. This guy has to be in like his 50s doing it too. Just a homeless dude in his 50s balancing shit on his head.
Yeah, I'm good.
He did the shopping cart, and I was like, I walked over, and I'm just looking at him with a shopping cart on his forehead. I'm like, logistically, how the fuck did you get that up there?
So I'm hoping you're spending any free time either at your barracks or in Raleigh, not hanging out in Fayetteville.
I'll be in Wilmington, North Carolina next weekend. So
what's going on there?
Just some stuff.
We'll text about it.
We sure will.
Ready to press. Mason, what do you got planned for this weekend? I know what I'm going to be doing.
Well, I'm off the next 2 days, and so I'll be enjoying the time off. And this weekend we have a launch into Washington, D.C. And then we have the first week of college football, so that'll be fun. And then the preceding week, we have the bye week going into NFL, but we should be entering another state ahead there too. I don't want to speak out too soon. And listen, we're not going to be slow. I can tell you that for sure. I can tell you that for free.
Football season, dude. You're never going to be slow during football season.
Sunday night.
It's actually only busy for the first month. You'd be surprised. It depends on how good bettors do in week 1 and week 2. Sometimes you can bleed into week 3, but in my experience last year, after week 4, it died down.
Well, because the initial, it's finally back, has worn off.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, week 1 is absolutely war. It's unbelievable.
I bet that's a fun time.
Dude, it's like going on to like the Wall Street Exchange, bro. When I walk into the office, everyone's on the phone. Everyone's like, dude, it's chaos.
Like a scene from Wolf of Wall Street.
Concentrated.
Dude, literally.
But
I'm not looking forward to it.
Every Sunday till early October, I've been preaching it. Watch Lanterns, dude. I've watched the first 2 episodes. Show's spectacular.
Dad, dude.
I have not watched
My dad
it
won't
yet.
shut up.
Brooklyn, I know Brooklyn has at least watched the
And
first
she's
one.
been all over me. You haven't watched it yet. You need to watch it. I'm like, all right, I get it.
Dad, I think Green Lantern is one of the most poorly handled DC IPs that they have. They don't really do that whole mythos. He's not even a character. It's a group. Like, they don't do them a lot of justice. And to see Kyle Chandler just hit it out of the park as an older Hal Jordan has been really amazing to watch. I'm watching it like a little kid. Every week I'm waiting.
So I am behind on Reacher.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Ooh.
You know, I caught up on that. I'm caught up to the current season.
That show is awesome, dude.
That show is so cool. I love him, man.
I love when he gets like a cop tells him what to do. He's like, I need you. And he just looks him dead in the eye, very calm, and just goes, no.
Robert Pattinson said that this upcoming Batman movie is probably his last time donning the cape and cowl. So,
oh great! So we get another fucking reboot. Awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, we already knew it was coming for the DCU, and a lot of talk has been Alan Ritchson. Alan Ritchson says he wants to play Batman.
Yeah,
No, he's too big. He's too big.
There is no look at Batman. He's not. There is no too big. He's supposed to be
That's
big.
not true. No, Christian Bale. Christian Bale is my favorite Batman.
Read up more source material there.
Christian Bale was awesome, dude.
He was good, but I think constantly in live action they just nerf Batman. He's never as strong as he should be.
Well, they did have him kill Superman. So
fuck off with all
and
that.
That was
spoiler alert.
Batfleck too. Ugh.
Yeah,
He was the worst part is besides him like killing people and using guns. That's the most accurate Batman, and that really pains me.
Who, Batfleck?
Yeah, like with his lore, they already had a built out thing. Like he had already lost Jason Todd and all that shit. But yeah,
I'm
it's
not a Ben Affleck fan. I'm good.
Watch Lanterns. That's all I have to say. Just watch the show. Everyone listening, watch it.
I know. I need to watch. If nothing else, but so your sister gets off my ass about it.
And I think you two watching together could be pretty fun.
What's up, Chuck? How we doing, brother? How's Florida treating you?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're about to wrap it up here. So we were just kind of chopping it up with what's going on for the weekend. Josh will likely be over on Saturday, week 0.
Nice.
There's not a whole lot. I mean, the games aren't that great, but it's still college ball. So, Chuck says it's hot. I'm like, I'll bet, brother. It's August in Florida. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be hot down there.
Not been great over here.
Yeah, Grady's in Stripperville, North Carolina.
Stripperville. Oh, man.
All right, Grady. Final thoughts, kid. Let's wrap it up.
Happy football's about to be back. I'll be watching this weekend. Next weekend, watch when I can. And
North Carolina
Sunday night, 9 p.m. Turn on HBO and watch that damn green show.
North Carolina versus TCU in Dublin.
Ooh.
On Saturday.
Hell yeah. Okay.
There you go. Mason, final thoughts, brother.
Can you imagine what a tailgate in Ireland looks like?
Final thoughts. There's the Heisman Trophy campaign. The drama this season is going to be something to watch. 2 guys need it desperately. 1 guy just wants a cherry on the top, and if he actually does, it'll be transformative for the rest of the decade in terms of prospects in the future. I'm hoping that USC could put their shit together and they could actually make some noise, but Ohio State pretty much has it for right now. But you know what? Nothing would be more cinematic than Arch Manning winning the whole thing.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Keenan, Val Kilmer for the win for the shitty Batman. George Clooney was really awful too. So
George Clooney was Batman?
Yeah, he was Batman. He had nipples.
He had bat nipples.
He had bat nipples. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. All right. On that note, we're going to stop talking about George Clooney's nipples, and we're going to get out of here. Folks, thanks for joining in. Coming into next week, think it's got to be all about the birds, kids.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, birds, maybe a little bit more college ball, but I think we need to be looking at birds. And, if you guys are
We're on
playing
the
in
on
fantasy
ramp.
football leagues, talk about that too. Grady, draft for the Midwest Eagles Nest is Saturday at 4 o'clock.
I've got 2 drafts this weekend. I've got 2
Good
of them.
for you.
And I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's a busy weekend.
All right, we'll text about your bullshit later on.
Uh,
Anyways, folks, come on back next week. It's all football from here on in, kids. We'll talk a little baseball as the playoffs as the playoff races heat up as we get through September. But we are going to be first and foremost football, both college and NFL going forward. Until next week, don't do anything we wouldn't do. What am I forgetting? Oh, we're proudly sponsored by Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, 2740 South Front Street in Philadelphia. Call 215-467-1980 for all of your group and party information. Come on back again next week. Enjoy your upcoming weekend. Don't do anything we wouldn't do. Remember, the judge is not back until Monday. I love you for free. And go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds!